Hello everyone, so lately I've been wanting to practice parkour, and of course I could make a parkour course manually, but I'm a programmer, so obviously what I'm gonna do is spend weeks of my life trying to make a computer do it for me. Alright, so to start things off, I've made this function, generate, which basically just generates this line of bedrock using armor stands, as you could see. Now what I can do is I can make it only generate every 3 blocks. So you can see that here it's leaving a space of 2 blocks between every block. And what this does is it makes this nice little parkour course. But at the moment this is pretty boring. It's just a bunch of jumps in a row with no variation. So what I can do to fix that is I can make it so that every time it generates a new block, it has a 30% chance of moving to the left and a 30% chance of moving to the right. And what that does is it adds a bunch of these little variations. And that sort of just gives the parkour course a lot more life. You can see that it's looking much more interesting now. Next, what I can do is I can add a 20% chance that the block goes up. So what you can see is that you get sort of this parkour course that just goes up with time. Now the next problem I have is that all of these are still just 2-block jumps. I mean, even if it goes up or to the side, it's still fundamentally just a 2-block jump. And I want to add some more variety in that aspect. I want 1-block jumps, 3-block jumps, maybe even the occasional 4-block jump. So I'm gonna get to work on that next. Okay, so I've gone ahead and coded that in, and now you can see that this is a 2-block jump. This is, that's also a 2-block jump. This, however, is a 3-block jump. Another 2-block, wow. This is only a 1-block jump, and another 1-block. So you can see that there's a lot of variety now. The only problem is that there is a big flaw with this system, and it's very rare, but let me see if I can find it so I can show you. Okay, here, I finally found an example. So, if the datapack decides to go up a block at the same time that it decides to generate a 4-block jump, it can actually generate a 4-block and up jump, which just isn't possible in vanilla Minecraft. You can see that I can try it, but it's just not even close. So, I'm going to have to fix this problem, otherwise it's possible for the player to just sort of get soft locked, and that's just not fun. Okay, I've been running around generating a bunch of these parkour maps, and I haven't been able to find any problems with the 4-block jumps. However, I did see this weird anomaly where there seems to be a jump where it goes up by 2 blocks. So I'm just gonna try to fix that. I don't know why it's happening, but after that, I think it'll all be good to go. Alright, I think I've finally fixed the problem. It doesn't seem to be happening anymore, so I want to move on to the next thing, which is that this bedrock is very, very ugly. Okay, and I think this should work, and boom, look at that. That is looking a lot more colorful, a lot better. I think this is definitely much more beautiful than just a bunch of bedrock. I think what I want to do next is just polish up this map, maybe make it possible to choose a difficulty and make it possible to choose how long you want the parkour course to be. And after that, the map will be done, and there will probably be a link in the description to download it. Okay, so just to polish things up, I've given the player permanent saturation so they don't run out of hunger, and I've also made it so that when you fall, you instantly get brought back to this platform instead of having to fall in the void, because that takes forever. Alright, so now I've made this command/trigger course length set, and so I can set the length of the course to any value. So for example, I can set it to 10, and then if I generate the course, you can see that now it's only 10 blocks long. Of course, the curious among you might be wondering what happens if I set it to a negative number. Basically, it just makes this one block. I don't know why, but it only generates one block. Okay, so I've added some signs. So of course we have fun or suffer mercilessly, most likely the latter for this map. Here I have this sign that says to generate a new parkour course, press the button, and of course this will generate a new course. And here I just have a sign that explains how to change the course length, which is of course with this trigger. And as you can see, that seems to be working all well. And so I'm pretty sure that with all of that, this data pack and this entire map is done. So thank you so much for watching. This didn't end up actually taking weeks. This only took like 2 days to make. It actually just was not as bad as I was thinking it would be. But I did it. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be a link to play this map in the description, and I will see you later. Goodbye.